Yeah. DJ Pompey, no coast, SamIam off the top, SAK, let's get it, That's your favorite show, what's your favorite panelist? Andrew's got it covered, that's your favorite analyst. Expect the unexpected, why? Cause we're truly unique. Catch Andrew doing interviews in the street. Our content is fuego for the people. Stephen A. is scared of Bayless, they don't have a heat, bro. From the campus on the west and down to Chicago. Get ready for the hot take show. It's the hot take show. It's the hot take show. It's the hot.
And now, the hot take show with your host, Andrew Fenichel.
Yep.
Welcome to a brand new episode of the Hot Take Show. I'm your host, Andrew Fenichel, and today we'll be bringing you the flames and the fire. So get ready. This one's going down to the wire. If it's your first time watching the Hot Take Show, here are the rules. Each panelist has 30 seconds to deliver their hot take. Their opponent then has 90 seconds to rebut that take. We'll end the show with a final 1-minute closing statement from each contestant, and after that, I'll crown our winner based on who has the better take. Our winner will then secure the bag. So, joining me today, on my left, we have Peter Warren. How you doing?
I'm doing spectacular. How about yourself?
I'm doing great too. Thanks for coming on the show. And on my right, we have Ben Curwin.
It's a real pleasure for you to meet me.
Wow. We had them play 171 games of rock, paper, scissors to determine who goes first. In the end, Ben won 86 of them and elected to defer. That means, Peter, the stage is yours.
So my hot take to debate today is that chess is a sport. Merriam-Webster, the official dictionary of my life, said, sports are an activity involving physical excursion and skill in which an individual or team competes against another or others for entertainment. Skill, chess is all skill. You have to know the moves ahead of time. Physical excursion, that's a big physical excursion. Entertainment, if you watch some of the championships from last November, those are some of the best entertainment of my life. If the Olympics say it's a sport, I don't know how you can disagree.
I mean, hey, that sounds about right to me. You brought in the definition, right? Brought in the IOC. Ben, your time to rebut that take. Let's hear it.
I hate to have to do this to you, but I am going to eviscerate your take right here. It is not a sport. It is a competition, I will give you that, but just because it's competitive does not make it a sport. Oh, you're moving your hand like this, so Monopoly involves skill. You need to know when to buy, when not to buy. You're moving your pieces like this. Is Monopoly a sport now? It's competitive. You compete. A spelling bee is competitive, but it's not a sport. There is no physical excursion in chess. You are sitting down, moving your hand. And the IOC may say it's a sport, but they're not giving out medals for it. No, not in the summer, not in the winter, not at all. To say that it's a sport just because it's got physical excursion, which it doesn't. And I will say it is mental, that you have, but that does not make it a sport based on your own definition. There's skill involved, but there's no physical excursion. It is a competitive activity. It is not a sport.
Yeah, it's an activity because it is a sport.
No. There are activities that aren't sports. That is chess.
Wrong. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not wrong
First
about
off,
any of it.
the Olympics also say American football is a sport.
Are you about to argue that American football isn't?
No, but I'm saying you said they don't give a medal out for it. So,
No.
So just point that out
That was
there.
only one
That's
of the
fair.
That is fair. That's a fair point. But it's
Also,
only one of the many.
IOC, plenty of other board games. You mentioned Monopoly. Doesn't recognize Monopoly. Doesn't recognize checkers.
Exactly.
The only board game it recognizes is chess because chess is inherently a sport. Physical. There are no other games where you can have it be where you have to play against a clock like in other sports.
I'm sorry, most board games come with a little minute glass or some form of timed
minute-
attribute.
a
What are you
minute-
talking
All right, hold on.
about? 5 minutes is so
Hey,
much.
quiet down. All right, Ben and Peter, I'm gonna have to stop you guys right there because we polled our followers on social media to determine what hot take to ask the people of Chicago. It's time for the pulse.
We're here in Chicago, Illinois at Millennium Park, and today we're going to be asking people, is a hot dog a sandwich?
No, a hot dog is not a sandwich.
I think a hot dog's in its own category, different from sandwiches.
It's its own specialty of food.
You can make a sandwich just by folding up a piece of bread and putting like cheese in it.
100%. One degree of connection between the bread doesn't throw it out of the sandwich category.
You need 2 pieces of bread or some kind of carbohydrate.
Then the bread separates when you fold it. There's the rips.
What if you ripped open a hot dog?
Then that's...
I think it's a sandwich. Piece of meat, 2 pieces of bread. I call that a sandwich.
What is your definition of a sandwich?
It's not a sandwich. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it.
It's the maximization of creation.
What about taco? Is a hot dog a taco?
No.
I love hot dogs, and they are not a sandwich. I know.
Just like your beard is obviously not a beard?
It is real.
You want to feel it?
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Riveting stuff from the people of Chicago. I mean, personally, I don't know. I think if a Philly cheesesteak's a sandwich, then a hot dog is too. But anyway, let's get right into it. Ben, you're up.
Plain and simple, the letter C is an irrelevant, pointless redundancy. The letter C has two sounds, the soft C, S, the hard C, K. We don't need it. We've got the letter K for the hard sound. We've got the letter S for the soft sound. Everything the letter C does can be replaced by one of these two alternatives. 25 would be a much prettier, more easily organized alphabet. It'd be easier for children to learn because C tends to come with the most complicated rules of the English language. So why do we still have it? We should be getting rid of the letter C. It is entirely pointless. It serves no real purpose on its own, and the English language and alphabet would be 100% improved without the letter C.
Hey, I mean, I'm a sucker for even numbers and whatnot, so I like your point about 25. But about the real argument here, Peter.
The real argument is the fact that if we're getting rid of a letter, it should be K, not
No.
C. Why are we getting? Time out. Let me give it a time. The letter C, the letter K. You mentioned the same sound, that K sound, right? Mm-hmm. Why would we get rid of C, which is such a nice, simple curve to write?
There's a simple reason.
When we could use the K, look at how difficult it is to write a K if we're going 1, 2, 3.
Let me explain to you why we need the letter K, not the letter C. Because the letter C cannot always make the K sound when the letter K always does. You cannot spell the word king with the letter C because that is when the C uses its soft sound. That would be sing, and that's ridiculous. Chaos, cold, cat can be spelled with a K. Anything that uses the hard sound for the C can be spelled with a K, but it does not go the other way because C makes the soft sound whenever followed by an I or an E. You can't spell the word salad with a C. That's Khaled.
I'm not saying get rid of
You have to change everything.
I'm not saying get rid of S. S is one of the best letters in the alphabet, hands down.
Oh, I know.
What's better than S? What's better than S? Tell me what's better than S.
Well, I'm not arguing against S. I'm arguing in favor of S because C is taking some of its job for no reason.
Well, here's the thing. If S is doing such a great job, why don't we have it get it off a little bit? Give C some of the burden of S. S has too much of a burden in this alphabetic world.
No, it doesn't.
Wait, you said yes, though. Are you flip-flopping right now in front of me?
No.
In front of Andrew Fenichel, host of the show.
You just said it yourself. S is the best letter. It can handle it. C is an upstart, an arrogant SOB coming into the start of the alphabet, taking control of things that it has no right to do.
Okay,
Take it out of my name. Take it out of my name. Curwin with a K.
Wow, he has a C in his own
Curwin
name and he
with a
wants
K.
it out. Real fuego being flinged around here between our two panelists. But continuing on with the show, we're going to have to take a break. Before we get into our concluding statements, we had two fans call in with a hot take of their own. This is the fans' take.
Hey Andrew, it's Sam, live from the toaster, where I am currently making a bagel. And my take is that a bagel is not bread because a bagel is made of bread, but it doesn't come in a loaf.
Hi Andrew, it's Lindsay from my kitchen in Cleveland, Ohio. I don't think a bagel is bread because it doesn't come in slices like bread does, and if I were to make a bagel sandwich, I would specify that it's a bagel sandwich, not a regular sandwich which is made on bread.
Oh man. First of all, thank you Sam and thank you Lindsay for calling the show, but I'm sorry, you guys are just wrong. A bagel is 100% bread. It's honestly the same thing. I mean, this is not even a debate in my eyes. What do you guys think?
What? What? I don't even know. I feel like...
How is this a debate?
It doesn't come in a loaf. Bread doesn't come like... They make it look like that. That's not like you don't grow bread loaf style.
That's a great point. All right, well, I think somehow we all agree. For our viewers at home, what do you guys think? Is a bagel a bread? Comment below or tweet at us at PowderBlueMedia to let us know your thoughts. So you've heard from both of our panelists. Now it's time for them to give their closing thoughts. Ben, you're up first.
Chess falls into a lot of categories. Chess is a leisure activity. It is a game. It can even be a competition, but chess is not a sport. It fails to have any physical activity, any physical exertion which is required by the Merriam-Webster definition given by my opponent. It is a fun contest, it is a fun competition, and it can be heated, but that does not a sport make. A spelling bee is not a sport. No other board game is a sport for the same reason. Chess is not a sport. Now let's talk about the letter C. First things first, language and letters, they're all arbitrary. The words we say, the letters we use are just symbols that we give meaning to. The letter C, the letter D, the letter F, they only mean what we all agree that they mean. So why are we making things harder for ourselves when the letter C doesn't need to exist at all? It's only a redundancy. Everything that the letter C does, let's take the CH ability, the ch sound. That is the combination of the hard C and the H sound. Doesn't need to do it. The letter K is all you need. It can take over for everything hard C related, and S can handle everything else because S is a boss.
And there you go. Peter, all you.
Chess is a sport. He said no other board game is recognized as a sport. Why? Because no other board game has the physical exertion, the skill needed, and the mental capacity needed to play chess at the high level. If you watch Magnus Carlsen, who actually was Norwegian's Sportsman of the Year in the year 2013, they're not giving that to checkers players. They're not giving that to mahjong players. They give that to chess players only because they know how much skill, talent, and mental capacity, as well as physical exertion, you need to play the game. As for the letter C, he mentioned CH. The CH sound is actually a letter in other languages. So if we're going to take out the letter C out of the English language, what are we going to do for other languages? Are we also going to take it out there? Because then what are we going to do with this whole CH sound that's also a letter? KH is not going to make the same sound. While with K, what other sound we can find out. He said also letters are arbitrary. He mentioned it, make it easy on ourselves to get rid of C. Why don't we just get rid of K? I already proved it now. It's tougher to write.
And there you have it. We've heard all the arguments from our two panelists, so you know what that means. It's time for me to choose a winner. First of all, both of you, thank you so much for coming on the show. You guys were both great. You argued your takes admirably. However, only one person can have the hotter take. For a combination of reasons, including the inherently hotter take and more examples that were both more legitimate and relevant to his own take, culminating in an overall win for his side, Ben Curwin, congratulations, my man. You have officially secured the bag.
Feels good. First things first.
Work, buddy.
Pleasure fighting.
Good work.
Got anything to say?
I do. First things first. It's Ben Curwin with a K. A, B, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Now we all know the ABDs. You're welcome, America.
All right, so that wraps up this episode of the Hot Take Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. For Peter Warren and Ben Curwin, I'm Andrew Fenichel. For more great content from the whole Powder Blue Media team behind this production, follow us on social media at Unplugged and log on to our website at powderbluemedia.com. Keep your haters hating, keep your hot takes hot. Until next time, see ya.
From the northwestern campus down to Chicago. Thanks for tuning in to the Hot Take Show. It's the hot take show. It's the hot take show. From northwestern campus down to Chicago. Thanks for tuning in to the Hot Take Show. Yep.